Hello everyone! Today we are going ahead and doing a speed build video. This here is a speed build based, on the new expansion pack, high school years. So this is the house that we're going to be playing with the Milligan household, the Milligan family, that I created recently. Earlier this week you would have seen a crypticsim video, and if you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend you go ahead and watch that just to get an overview of the family and their personalities and all that good stuff. You'll get a vibe for them. And so now we're going ahead and creating their house. So that's what you're going to go ahead and see here in this video. I'm just experimenting and playing around with all of the new build by objects. I really like the build by content for this pack. Just like with the crypticsim content, I think, if you're a builder, you would want this pack. It's pretty cool, especially the bedroom stuff. Like, ever since this pack, all of my Sims bedrooms are massive because, I have so many different things I want to put in their bedrooms. It's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy it. And I think that it makes sense as to why they incorporated that concept for this pack. I think some people might think it's a little bit random or whatever, but I think that when you're a teenager, maybe once you've grown up, you kind of underestimate how severe this was, but not severe as in bad, but how, true this was that when you're a teenager, your whole entire life pretty much is in one room. That's where you spend most of your time. That's where most of your possessions are stored. That's your room. And I think now that we can make them a lot more personalized and just a whole bunch of different things that we can use for the bedrooms, especially more specifically for teenagers, I think that's really cool because you can have some variety in your Sims and help express their personality through their bedrooms, which is awesome. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say about the bedrooms, but yeah. Anyway, I think it's cool. Oh, I was going to tell a little story. When I first moved out of home, I moved into a very small apartment. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. So there was 4 rooms. You walk in, you're in the kitchen, living, and the dining room. There's a bathroom and 2 bedrooms. And it was pretty tiny. I remember the first day, spending the first night in the house after we'd all moved in and all our furniture was in there and whatnot. And just looking and seeing how all of our furniture could essentially fit into one room, even though this apartment was so tiny. Because originally we brought, all the furniture up to the apartment, and it fit in one room. Including our couch and our bed, it could all fit in one room. And that just is, that just describes how as a teenager, your whole life is in your bedroom. Even though I was moving in with somebody else who also, had that situation where their whole life was in their bedroom, both of our lives fit into the living and dining area of this apartment. And as you get older, you definitely, grow and expand that. And so maybe it's easy to forget just how intense, your room is as a teenager. It is a part of your whole world, if that makes sense, which might sound dramatic. And I feel like people make fun of teenagers all the time for always staying in their room and blah, blah, blah. But I think, it's a very teenager specific thing. And I think that The Sims captured it well in this expansion pack. So just in case you didn't watch the crypticsim or you need a little refresher, I'll just go ahead and briefly talk about our family. But once again, if you want more details, check out the crypticsim video. So down in the right hand corner of the screen, you can probably see them all standing there. We have a mother and a father. And then we have 2 twin daughters. And the kind of gameplay I'm going to be going for is that the twin daughters are opposites of each other. Complete opposites. One is going to be a really girly girl, preppy, but doesn't really care about her grades too much, just wants to pass, and wants to be on the cheerleading team, having so many friends, and being prom royalty, all that kind of stuff. Whereas our other twin... so that first twin, her name is Heaven. Heaven is her name. I think that perfectly describes her. And then our other twin is Celeste, and she is going to be more studious. I think eventually she'll probably join the chess club or whatever. I haven't explored that yet, so I'm not sure what it entails, but She'll probably be in some kind of more like school smarts focused club. And she's going to be really obsessed with her grades. She might even get a part-time job and, want to be the best at her job. That kind of thing. And she's not so concerned about friends, but I hope that she'll still be able to make at least one close friend, if you know what I mean, at school. So yeah, and then for the parents, I'll probably go ahead and wait to introduce their careers in the gameplay because I only just set them recently, but yeah. Anyway, hope you're looking forward to playing with them. So I went ahead and created this house for the little family. So downstairs you walk into like an entryway area of like a foyer with staircase going up, and then to your right you're going to have the living room. Then right in front of you when you walk in, you've got the kitchen and dining, and then a little bathroom off of the kitchen for guests and, other people coming in through the house. And then, well, this house actually has a lot of bathrooms now that I think about it. Anyway, and then we've got the parents' bedroom also coming off of the kitchen, and they have an ensuite. And then upstairs, we have just basically a little landing area, and then the two girls' bedrooms, they each have their own room, and they each have an ensuite as well. So this house has 4 bathrooms. That's kind of overkill now that I think about it. Maybe I'll do something with one of the downstairs bathrooms. I feel like there's too many bathrooms. We could maybe make like a laundry room or like kind of like a miscellaneous room out of one of them downstairs. Maybe it could just have, I think it's got like a full bath situation at the moment, which we probably don't need. We could probably just have like a toilet and a sink and then the laundry. So I might go in and change that before the first part. Speaking of the first part, the reason why I haven't filmed and uploaded the first part yet is, I haven't played it because I want to renovate the school. So basically when I got this pack, I did the creator sim, like I filmed the creator sim that you saw, and then I filmed this build video, and then I hopped off for the night. And then the next day I went ahead and created my own family and renovated a house for them. And I was just playing an off-camera current household LP kind of thing. I'll show you a current household of it eventually. But when I was playing with that one and exploring the pack and getting a feel for it, I realized that the school that you're provided with, it's massive and it's so empty. It's this classic EA, and that's fine 99% of the time. But for the school, you have a limited amount of time to do the tasks that you get assigned to do during the day. And these tasks dictate your grade and like how well you're performing in school and whatnot. So it's really difficult to do everything you want to do and do well in school whilst having the school be so large. Especially like the current school has like a basement, and it'll be like, oh, go work out in the basement, and then you have to come upstairs and talk to someone and then go, and it's too big and everything's too spread out. And I get why they do that, for like performance reasons and pathing, and to make sure you don't have Sims like walking all over and through each other the whole time so that people can get through the corridors and whatnot. But I just don't think it's necessary to make it that big. Like, come on, it is just massive. For what? Why does it need to be that big? Seriously. Anyway, that's where I'm going to go ahead and build my own school. Well, I don't know if I'll build it from scratch, but I might kind of base it off of the original building and just downsize it a ton. And then I think outside I could even do like some basketball courts and a soccer field or something like that to fill up the space so it doesn't look so barren. But yeah, that's one thing I wanted to do before we start the LP, because I want the school to be the same the whole time, but I don't like the school that it comes with. So I knew that I was going to need some time to change the school. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do off camera over the weekend. And then you'll probably get that build video early next week. And then you'll get an LP part probably end of next week. So I'm spreading it out a little bit more, but if you listen to the Creator Sim voiceover, you would have heard me rant a little bit. Rant's probably not the right word. Just discuss the rat race that is being a smaller sized YouTube channel, especially in the Sims community, when a new pack comes out and everyone else, not everyone, but like the big creators that have hundreds of thousands to millions of subscribers have already had the game for weeks. Yeah, it's really hard to catch up. So I'm not playing the catch up game anymore. No, I'm not stressing myself out about it. What's the point? Why should I be stressed? It's fine. I am just going to upload as it comes, and anyone who wants to watch it can watch it at any point in time between now and the end of time. That got dark quick. Anyway, I really love this house. Just a complete change of note, because the house is starting to take shape a lot more now. I really love it. I think it has a lot of character, and when I look at this house, I don't know, I'm still unconfident. Is that the right word? I'm still not 100% confident within my building skills. And when I see this house from like the lot view and from the screenshots and whatnot, it looks like a house that I would think, I would have watched a speed build video of back in the day before I really built on YouTube, like on The Sims and on YouTube. You know what I mean? I feel like this looks like someone else could have built it, not me. And I'm really proud of it for that reason. Is it looks like, sometimes I feel like my builds, they just look not up to par. I don't know if that's the right kind of way to describe it, but this I really felt like looked the way I wanted it to look. Sometimes you have a vision of how how you want to execute something, and you just can't execute it. You can't get it to look the way you want it to look. And it's so frustrating, but I think I did pretty well here. You'll probably have seen me, especially in the beginning, but at several points throughout the video, I kind of panned the camera to look at other houses around the area, because I wanted this house to definitely blend in with the other houses in the neighborhood. This one is, I think it's one of the only, if not the only, blank lots in this world. I can't quite remember, but I remember thinking, oh, this lot's a bit small. It's in a bit of a weird area, like it's by the pier. I don't know. But I'm really glad I decided to go with this house, because the scenery around it is gorgeous. And also the style of home is perfect. I love it. And I'm really happy with how it turned out in the end. And yeah, I'm glad that I just persevered and just went ahead and did it anyway, because it turns out amazing. I really, really love it. I think it's quite unique in a sense. It's not a house I've ever built before, that's for sure. And that's what I love about it. So I'm really looking forward to playing in it as well, because I really put a lot of effort into making sure, we had a little bit of everything that came with the pack. And another pack that I've been finding in my personal gameplay that goes really well with this pack so far is Parenthood. They really go hand in hand. Like if you're looking to get multiple packs and you wanted to get this one, I would also recommend that you get Parenthood at the same time. Also the kids room pack, I think definitely could help as well for decorations, especially for children as well. As far as I'm aware, you can't follow the children to school, right? Only the teenagers, which is a little bit strange if that is I think that is the case, right? Yeah, because there's never any children running around the school. I don't know. I feel like it makes sense as to why they made it just teens, but also I feel like you should be able to do it with any child. Maybe you can, and I just haven't done it because I just made Sims that are teens straight away. But it would make sense to have it could be a separate school, like a primary school, that the younger children could go to. I think that would be really cool too. They could have like a playground and like an art place. And that's the other thing. There's so when you go to the high school, we'll see this in the first part if you haven't seen it already. There's 2 classrooms essentially, and your Sims get randomly assigned, I believe, to either one. I'm really excited to see if the twins get allocated to the same classroom or if they get put in opposite classes. I honestly would prefer if they were in opposite classes. I think that would be really cool. I don't think I get a say in the matter. I don't think I can choose, but we'll have to wait and see for the first part to see what classroom they get assigned. But that's the thing. I thought it was going to be more I don't know, maybe it's just the build constraints, but I thought there was going to be more specific classes where they're going to and from different classrooms, but they essentially go back to the same classroom each time, which isn't what I thought American schooling was like, but maybe my perception is not accurate. In Australia, typically you would only stay in the same classroom like that when you're quite young, until you're done with primary school, which I think is very similar to elementary school in America. when you're in elementary or primary school, you would typically have your one teacher, maybe you have a couple other teachers if you're learning like language or something like that. But you'll have your classroom and that's where you stay and all the teachers come to you. That's how it typically is when you're younger. But then once you get to middle school and high school, you are often, and your class are often going around to all different teachers' classroom, all different buildings all across the school. Having to go to and from different classrooms throughout the school day to attend your different lessons. Whereas in this one, the Sims have the same teacher all day in the same classroom. So I think that's also what makes the game feel a little bit repetitive, and personally, I kind of don't see the point in there being multiple different classes that they supposedly attend. They have like all different kinds of ones. We'll have to see for their first day of school when they get their class roster, which says, what classes they have what day. But they typically have a morning and an afternoon class, and these classes are different every day. They don't have the same class more than once a week, I believe. Sorry, ignore the really loud car. Hopefully you can't hear that. They usually have, 2 classes a day for a total of 10 different classes a week, I believe. And then they also have like, what's it called? The career day thing and whatnot that pops up. Anyway, you have multiple classes, but if you had to get me to tell you the difference between any of these classes, I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't be able to tell you more than likely. I don't know. It's just the text is different when you hover over what they're doing. It says, in this class, taking notes for this class, but it's like, what's different? For a second, I thought maybe you had to because it says the specific skills that are related to that class, and I thought maybe you have to raise the skill for each class. I don't know if that changes your grade, if it changes your results in your exam. I'm not quite sure, because I've also had this little glitch where my sim is like going to school every day, taking notes, doing so well, doing her homework, doing extra credit like that she asks the teacher for. She has all of the skills for the classes that she's assigned over level 2, and she's still a C grade student, which is a little bit bizarre. So I don't know if that's something they've fixed in a recent patch, but I guess we'll have to go ahead and wait and see for when we play the game to see how it goes. Because I was having a really hard time off camera, which, it's often easier to play games when you're not filming a video. So I was just playing for like a whole weekend and I couldn't get her above a C grade. And I really want to, because she's like an overachiever student. So that's what I was hoping to do with her, but she can't. She can't get above a C grade, even though she has all the skills up. So that makes me think, well, what's the point in there being different classes if getting the skills up doesn't help? Maybe it does help and it was just glitching, or she just, happened to, for whatever reason, do bad on the exams regardless of skill. But yeah, you'd think if they did their homework, attended all the classes, took notes, have got their skill level up, and they go to the exam, you would assume they do well. I don't know. Maybe there's more factors that I'm not quite aware of yet. I haven't really played it much since the first weekend that it came out, if I'm being honest. I am definitely looking forward to playing it this weekend. So I'm looking forward to building the school for you guys, and I'll go ahead and post that video next week. And then later next week, we can go ahead and explore the pack for the first time, because I'm really excited to play in this house. It's really cool. It's really unique to me anyway, in the sense of what I'm used to creating. So yeah, excited for that, and excited for the 2 different twins, different personalities that we're going to explore. In just a moment, I'm going to have some screenshots come up on screen to show you the build in more detail. I think I've been moving the camera around a lot and you haven't gotten like a full view really of the room, so there'll be plenty of screenshots for you guys to enjoy. Anyway, hope that you guys will have a lovely weekend, and make sure if you liked this video, you go ahead and give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Until next time, have a very snazzy day. Bye!